Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers here on Tabletop Rolls. A few starting announcements to get started before we start the game properly. Number one, and I think this is the coolest thing in my opinion, we're joined by some guests tonight.
Hello, guests.
So, let's get started. Y'all can introduce yourselves and y'all can plug away.
You go first, Casey.
Me? Aww,
Yeah.
so polite.
Oh, so sweet. Okay. Hello. My
Hi,
name is
Casey.
Casey, and I am guest.
Hi, guest.
Hello, guests.
Yeah. So, for plug-in stuff, I am Case Crusader on all of the things. So
Their Twitter content is very good. Highly recommend it.
Oh, thank you.
I enjoy it. Oh, Amy?
Cool. Then I am Amy. I am Amory by the Sea everywhere on the internet, including things like YouTube and Instagram. And Casey and I have a podcast called Talk Nerdy to Me, Baby.
Ooh, big.
They do. It is a good podcast.
All right. Oh, we're getting a little bit of feedback, so let's try to fix
Oh, that's
that.
not
Hopefully it's positive.
Here's what we'll do. Here's how I'll fix that. I'll just lower this a little
Do
bit
you
more.
have the stream sound on, Will?
There we go. That should work. Does that work, y'all? Or did things change?
Yeah, seems fine to me.
I mean, I can't tell.
Neither can I. Well, I'm sure chat will tell us.
Chat
Chat
is
will keep
texting
us
me
on our
madly, guys.
toes.
Sorry about the technical difficulty.
Well, technology, it makes things easier.
I think that's
Question
only
mark?
like the second, maybe third time we've had that issue, so it's fine. Yay, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so all I have to
Thank you
do
so much,
was
chat.
turn down the volume some. Haha. I apologize for that, chat. My speakers are too loud. Anyway. Amy,
Tisk,
please
tisk.
continue. I apologize.
I mean, that's about it in a nutshell.
All right. And perfect. And of course, we're joined by our lovely cast of characters and heroes. Well, can't call them heroes anymore, I think. But we have the lovely, fabulous Matthew right beside me here, playing Chip.
Why isn't phonetically spelt phonetically?
I don't like that. You're right.
What a place to start.
What a place to start.
And then directly to Matt's right and my right is Abby, playing Cassandra.
Hey, guess who's back and better than ever? Not me, I'm worse.
Oh,
Below Matt is the lovely artist who's done all of our character art, McKenna, playing Nim.
Hello. That's me.
To the right over there is Shy, playing Ray, our personal ball of chaos.
Hi! Did you know that if you put yogurt into the butt of a dead body, it helps it decay faster?
And
the more
then
you know.
directly below
Shy.
McKenna is the head of the Coop Troop, Cooper,
what
also
does
known
that
as Lynx.
mean?
I feel like Chip would have known that.
I was just heavily thrown off by that,
That's
but to follow up with what Matt asked, why is cognizant spelled the way that it's spelled? I hate it.
Fair enough. When last we left our heroes, they had discovered who the local vigilante was, and to everyone's surprise, it was Gwendolyn.
Ow.
Ap-
We were all equally shocked by this information.
Yes,
Surprise, shorty.
we were all equally shocked. And upon discovery of this, they accidentally may have led the BCIS, or Brighthall Crime Scene Investigative Service, to this location, and a chase ensued. They escaped the police by throwing down poisoned caltraps, and into a carriage where waiting for them was Gallant Grixley, as well as two figures that they had yet to be introduced to. And that's what we'll pick up right in this media res. Gallant kind of just sits on one side of this carriage with a little bit of a teacup, and actually inside the carriage is Chip's desk that Gallant is now currently using
God
as a
damn it.
footstool.
Delightful.
See, I was just going to ask if it was one of my teacups, but then you took it to 11.
And he's just kind of sipping from the teacup.
Picked
He
it
says,
right up.
"Oh, quite fortuitous we found you, we did." Hmm.
Do you know we were here?
Oh, I didn't. I was just driving around with a couple of the members of the League here that we were going to be having help you on your next mission, but this worked out quite fortuitously. He'll kind of look over to the two of you, Casey and Marie, and Amy, and he'll say, if you two would like, you can introduce yourselves to our newest members. And then this is, you guys can describe your characters to us now.
You go first this time.
Oh.
No.
So you see a very, looks like she stepped off the stage of a Midsummer Night's Dream-esque half-elf with pretty, like, flowy, orangey ginger hair, and thanks to some very inventive art, a nice little circlet on her head, which is gorgeous. And you just see her covered in different kinds of, like, shimmers and a very nice belt sash full of coins, decoratively placed. And she just throws her arms at you and be like, "Hello! I'm so pleased to meet you! What are your names? Please tell me everything about you."
I'm Ray. I hate stuff.
I love that. Hello.
Link seems jarred by the energy that you are giving off and just sort of lets everyone else introduce themselves first.
Hi, I am Nimbus Evangelina Malthea Saint Altair, and it's wonderful to meet you. And I immediately turn to look out the back window of the carriage to see if hopefully maybe someone is pulling those unconscious guards out of that building.
Well, we're in motion at this point, aren't we?
Nope, you guys are still in the carriage. You guys are...
Oh no, why are we not moving?
You guys are moving. You're just moving through the streets. And basically, like, as you look out behind you, Nim, you can see that they have been pulled from the building. And there's now a number of people who are, like, yelling. And they're, like, putting their, like, ears up to small stones. And then you see, like, a bunch of other guards running in from other locations. And they appear to be, like, trying to, like, sweep the area looking for all of y'all. Gallant kind of just looks at all of you and says, "Might be best for you all to keep your heads down a tad."
Yeah, I did that.
Try not to repeat that, Ray.
I put a little hand on Ray's shoulder and go, "We did that."
Aww.
It seems like you all put on quite a show.
The audience was not appreciative.
They didn't seem to like the humor.
There's always the next one.
Yeah.
I am Ruby. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am so happy to work with each and every one of you. This is my faithful companion, and I just put my arm around him and just drag him forward.
So, previously, on 4 seconds ago, you see this elf in very tight blue attire with lots of buttons and chains and a non-copyright version of basically a state alchemist with just buttoned to the nines, but has a blue hood up because everything is blue, but it kind of goes in like a triangular point because of his pointy elf ears kind of give it that little triangular shape. And he's holding a pipe, trying his best to do his darndest of a Strider impression. And as she sort of puts her arm around him, he just goes, "Greetings. Hello. Bonjour. My name is Zephyrus."
My name Jeff.
My name is Yeah. No.
Jeff.
Ray gets so excited.
Oh no.
She would.
I did tell you that smoking was going to kill you.
No, it will not. And leave me alone. I am so good at this. And I sort of like almost like swallow the pipe.
You watch as Ruby reaches into just like a little pouch and pulls out a match and just goes, you know, you're supposed to light it first. And just and light your pipe.
I can do that to myself as well.
Sorry. Never gonna. Don't mean to step on your
And
toes.
the most pitiful little like blue puffs of smoke come out.
I love it.
I crack the window.
As you crack the window, you hear yelling, "They must have gone this way! Quickly, we need to apprehend them!" Gallant will quite pointedly look at all you and say, "Well, then, this is quite fortuitous, because this is going to get you all out of town for a while." And he drinks the tea.
Will you be, maybe taking care of this while we're gone, Gallant?
I will do my best.
I am not reassured.
But, with that being
Neither am
said, allow me to give you your briefing. It has come to our attention through the research of one of our league interns, the elven boy you met a while ago, that Megdian has procured not one, but 2 instruments of woe, and has placed them on transport to return to the Megdian capital via a passenger train known
Is that
as
bad?
the Golden Dawn's Runner.
Yes, Ray, that's
The Golden Dawn.
The Golden Dawn's Runner.
Ah. I heard something different.
Well, we have a
Me
place.
too, buddy. Me too.
We have gotten you all tickets, with the assumption that you will all be going in there and collecting those artifacts for us. Now, of course, this is the League of Amazing Adventures, so we've given you nothing less than first-class tickets. So,
I always do like a treat.
yes, not only will you have the full amenities of the train to yourselves, but you also have full access to any passenger areas. However, from what we understand, the instruments are being kept in a private cargo car that the Megdian military has rented out. Some might call it a train heist, and he drinks the tea again.
We're doing it!
Again.
Not the on-the-nose job.
Pardon me, sir. I have a bit of a question for you.
Of course.
Are we out of city limits?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, friend?
Are we? Pardon my accent. Are we out of the city limits?
Currently, no, but you will be shortly.
Do me a favor. A favor is the word. Let me know when we are out of the city limits, if you do not mind.
Of course. It will most likely be once you are boarding the train, because that is where the station is. And as you all continue to drive through the city, a number of things are noticeable. You begin to drive through like the high-end area of town, and a number of large mansions, similar to Nim's that they had there before, have also now disappeared. Appears as though money is moving out of Lutania.
Is
Just
there
spend it
like,
there, like the buildings aren't there anymore?
Yes, Nim's family was a rich, noble family who, when they decided to move, they used a spell to shrink their house and carried it with them. A number of families have been doing that. And yeah.
Certainly does take the effort out of moving all of those boxes.
It really does, if you can just carry the house. But about another 5 minutes will pass, and you guys will exit the city limits. Gallant will say, we are out.
Oh, thank God.
I did wonder how well you were going to keep that up. It's a new record.
Let's see. I don't have. I looked through my pockets. I think I lost it. Whatever. Yeah, I think it must be.
Gallant will
that
continue
shit pulls
to
out a
drink
pocket
their
watch.
tea.
About
Lynx
4 minutes.
raises an eyebrow and just sort of stares at you for a bit,
What?
and finally breaks. Why the accent?
What accent?
I believe it would be a
Okay.
dialect, Lynx.
I'm starting to get the feeling he's not French.
What's French?
Most Frenchmen will ever meet.
You know exactly how to say that, Marguerite.
Is that one of those countries that used to be in the Magiscod Waste and is now, a crater?
It simply must have been. I've never heard of a France in my life.
Well, that's canon now. So yes, as you now exited the city, the road has become slightly more bumpy. Gallant, sitting down, will say, well, let's see, I would offer the tickets to Ray, but I should hand them to a responsible adult. Looking at all of you, hands them to Chip.
Oh.
Slips it into his vest. By the way, Gallant, just out of curiosity, not that it really matters, but have you replaced my desk, or is there just a gap in the room now back at my office?
Oh no, we have a new wing added on.
What?
And he'll continue on. Say, yes, so, once you've arrived at the train, your things will be loaded up. Do not worry, we have collected enough of your items from your homes to give you a to-go bag of sorts. And he'll kind of like pull down like this like sort of like magical bag-like thing. He'll producing suitcases that are clearly all from your homes and belongings. And he'll just kind of like put them in front of each of you.
I mean, it's probably all of our suitcases of stuff from the Opal Empire, because we got off that boat this morning.
Yes.
My hobo sack.
There is your hobo
Your
sack.
bindle.
And then he will look at all of you and say, and let's see, other than that, do try to collect the instruments before you're in Megdian territory, otherwise extraction will become much harder than it would be normally.
Would it be advantageous for us to get off the train before that?
Well, it's funny you should say that. Personally, I would recommend that you definitely vacate the train before reaching Megdian's territory. Perhaps the town of Nemsala could be a good exit point for you.
See that on the map.
How long till we would arrive there?
It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 9 days to Namsala, and then another 2 days to the border. Now, if you do not make it off the train at Namsala, before the Megdian border is a large bridge.
Oh no.
That falls into a
That's not good.
large river. That, at worst case scenario, you could jump out there and be perfectly safe.
Oh man,
That
I
is
love Anastasia.
triply not good.
And is definitely going to happen.
All your friends jumped off a bridge. Would you?
I mean, I guess if you guys did, I'd have to.
I don't think I'd have a choice, yeah.
We're gonna find out.
I'm a terrible swimmer, by the way. I have tiny rat arms and tiny rat legs.
Well, is athletics
So, how
check in
did you
this
put
game.
wings on the professor's desk? I'm very intrigued.
And yeah, with that, you guys arrive at the station. Gallant will open the door for all of you because he's gallantry. And he'll say, well,
Ooh.
there you go. And he kind of like points towards like this very fancy looking train. Like it has like golden filigree on its sides. And there's something odd about this train. Specifically the fact that it appears as though first class is at the front, not the back. For all you history nerds out there, historically, first class on trains was in the back of the train until things continued to be robbed very often, so it was moved to the front for safety.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Like the school bus.
Yeah. So you guys are now... So first class for this train is in the front. It's one of the first of its kinds to do so. It's also known as one of the fastest and most luxurious trains on the continent. And standing outside of that sort of area in like a guest boarding zone, there appears to be a somewhat rickety-looking old man. He has like sort of like this silver hair that's been flicked back and put into a neat man bun. He has kind of like more paler skin. He's wearing like a very button-up concierge outfit. And he's standing there beside what appears to be a stack of boxes. There's also just a sign behind him that says, guest check-in.
I did have a quick question for Gallant before he gallivants off, possibly with more of my office.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any information about the specific instruments that we're looking for and what they can do?
Oh, it's funny you should ask that. We actually have a wonderful bit of a... And as he's saying that, the carriage starts running off. And he's like, oh, well...
Classic.
I kind of hate him.
Poor Chip. What if you weren't taken at all seriously by your superiors?
Or anyone in this party.
Oh.
Who taught me how to read cursive? That's not true.
I don't know about that one, Professor.
So, you guys have been basically ditched by the side of the road. Also, he took your suitcases.
What? He didn't! Cracks.
So, he has that going.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Just curious, does that include our inventory?
No, it does not include your inventory. You have your inventory. It's just like all the spare clothes that they had and stuff, it's all gone.
Oh, my stick with fabric.
Yes.
Me, an item-based class, fearing for my life when I hear that my suitcase is missing.
Now, Lynx, we may have an opportunity to do maybe some shopping if this train is as luxurious as it's supposed to be.
Oh, it is a luxurious train. Like, just looking at it, it appears to be very long. Just by your estimation, you can all estimate it's about 100 cars long.
Lynx puts a hand on the bandolier pack that is holding all of his gold.
Ray walks over to the old man.
It's like, hello, little child. Are you here to board our train today?
All right, so this is how we're doing
Oh,
this.
no, here we go.
Okay, that's a 26 with 9 damaging.
Oh my god!
As you punch him,
He explodes.
he doesn't explode. The fist actually goes through him.
It's a magical image.
Oh dear. It appears as though you were trying to pick a fight with the train's personal butler service.
I don't like it.
Why in the world would you do that?
I pick Ray up and I put her on my hip and go, no.
Not a child. I'm a small person.
I turn to our new friends and I ask, does any of you happen to have any candy, specifically maybe some caramel?
No.
I don't think so, unfortunately.
It usually works well to either distract or calm her down a little.
He is easily mollified by sweet.
It's also great as a weapon against bears.
Debatable, that bear ran me over.
You all fight bears.
Only once.
It had wings.
It was a grizzly bear.
Nice.
See?
Like that makes a difference.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go up to the.
But
I'm
in all
gonna go up to
seriousness,
the ticket taker.
they're standing there. The hologram's just kind of dusting themselves off. And like as they are, there's like literal particle effect dust coming off of the hologram.
Horrible.
Oh, I suppose I should present him with the tickets.
Ah! You are with the League of Amazing Adventurers. Fabulous. Well, here is your welcome package. And he'll actually pick up one of these boxes, put it down in front of you. He'll hit like a tab on the back of it with his holographic foot. A small table will pop out of the box. And on that table will be a number of things. Number 1, there is 7 bands of like wristlet bands that are sort of multicolored. It's like these bands will give you access to the variety of the magical features of the train, including a number of the services that we have here, as well as a meal system.
The open bar.
Yes, they
Open
are
bar,
your
you say?
magical train bands. Guests are required to wear them at all times. They will provide you access to the amenities as well as track your location for our company. Nothing. It's fine.
A small little hand sort of floats over, reaches down, picks it up, floats back to me, and just kind of drops it in my hand. Ooh.
And also, here you go, and he'll put like a small like fold-out map in front of you. This is our map of our train, and it's like a full pull-out map. It's like a very much mall map. Like, oh, this car has this amenity, this car has this amenity, etc. He'll hand.
Out of curiosity, because it's a map of a long train, does it like start and then just keep flipping
Yes.
down and down and down and down like a snake?
Yes. It is longer than a CVS receipt.
Oh, that's pretty low.
Yeah, it is. And then he'll also come and hand you guys each another pamphlet. This is our times guide. It tells you about events that are happening on this train, including a multi-car parade that happens at 3 o'clock every day.
Oh God, they've
Can
condensed.
anyone join the parade?
Yes, it is a perfectly guest-friendly event. All we ask is that you do not attack the actors who are participating in it.
Aw, man.
I mean, if one of the actors happens to go missing, do you need someone to fill in?
I mean, yes. That would be what we would have to do.
Please just keep track of my name, just in case anything happens.
Well, if performance is your sort of forte, I would highly recommend the open mic car. An entire car of performances constantly happening, 24 hours a day.
Kind of looked at.
Sounds
Oh no.
draining, to say the least.
Ray kind of like glances around. She goes, "Do you want someone to disappear?"
I'm sorry, what now?
Oh, Ray's making a friend.
Hooray.
Also, I think I might be able to find something that can help you punch things that aren't there. And I'm going to grab Cypher's arm and lead him onto the train with our bands.
Ah, perfect.
In a dig. This
I'm
way.
gonna kind of twirl, and so she's just kind of pulling me backward, and just kind of a little bit of a mental. Kind of like.
As you guys pick up your bands, what color would you like them to be, and would you like a design on them? It will automatically sort of customize to your preferences.
Auto-magically.
I love that word.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just got that.
It just becomes very red and glittery.
I love it. Casey, any customizations on your band?
Yeah, so it's gonna be blue with sort of white, almost like if you took an arcane symbol and just turned them into vines and just kind of wraps around it.
Ooh, I like it. Very natural.
Arcane barbed wire or something.
Ooh.
And yes, you will be given a sort of boot box at the front of the train for you all to join in on. We do ask that guests remain in their box until the train has begun moving, just for safety manners and to make sort of check-in, not congested. Wow, I can't believe I forgot the word for check-in a second there. But of course,
Out of
dainties will be
curiosity-
served in your box as you have first class.
Love that for us.
Selection of fruits and cheeses.
A collection of fruits, cheeses, chocolates, and other sorts of dainties. If you have any questions about the amenities offered on this train, please feel free to ask me or refer to your guide.
How do we find you?
You simply must ask for the A-train assistant. If you would like to find a place to go,
Out loud.
you can take the A-train.
Lord.
That sounds amazing. Thank you.
I think that deserves a hero point, Will.
I'll give that one a hero point. Amy, you get an extra hero point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That may save our lives.
You very well could. So, y'all want to board the train?
Yeah, I will grab the bracelet. I don't think I'm gonna fully put it on just in case I need to not be tracked later on.
Oh,
It's fine. It just tells
We're doing a heist. What do you mean?
it just tells the company what
Right.
amenities you partake in and what they should invest in and what they shouldn't. It's not at all for the ability to market to you specifically at all. No.
Of course.
Watch your
Awful.
tinfoil hat as you board the train.
I mean, you say that, but we've had.
we've had worse.
You say that, but literally every person who has ever cared about Nimbus before joining this party has turned out to be regicidal or patricidal, so she
So
does have reason to be a little bit paranoid.
All the ciders.
Hey, Ascendancy was fine until he got brainwashed.
For now.
I don't know about
So-
that one.
Ray will get on the train and like shoulder bump Nim.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll scoop Ray back up and be like, behave.
You put
Drop,
me
yeah.
down
Nim
this
takes
instance.
it. Nim takes
I'll put
it.
you down when you promise to behave yourself.
Never.
You drop, yeah.
Well, then on the hip you stay.
Cassandra, I'm curious. You seem to take caring for little ones very well. Do you have experience with children?
I don't recall.
Seems to
I don't
come
think so.
naturally to you.
Maybe it's just this one. I hold up Ray. I hold her out.
Little squirmy arms.
Lynx is just gonna kind of gently step on Professor's tail and go, "Why are you referring to her as a child? You know what this leads to."
It's point well taken.
And yeah,
Please don't do that again. It's very sensitive.
as you all make
He'll
your
pat
way
you on
into
the
your cart,
shoulder.
it's
You
a
lean
sort
down
of
to do that.
glass
Yes.
sliding double door, very Harry Potter-esque.
He's got to be like more than twice your height, huh?
Yeah, probably.
I forget about that a lot.
I'm a small-sized creature.
Yeah.
And waiting for
Poor
you
chap.
inside this cart is two sort of like long booth benches, and in the middle of that is a table that has been set up, and on that table is a variety of dainties. Dainties galore. It's sort of like a collection of things, and like on the table it says "Train Restaurant Sampler Dainty Platter."
So it's not like the mini bar.
No,
We don't
this
get
is
charged
like
extra
a
if
sort
we
of
crack
like,
it. Okay.
here are all the different places on this train you can eat, and here's what they do, and here's all desserts from all of them.
Oh, there are themed
Before
restaurants.
Ray can dive in, can I do a quick detect poison
Yeah.
on the table?
Technically, some of the dishes are poisoned. Oh, thanks for the
As,
follow,
like,
That's
Spectre
true.
Table.
As like an alcoholic thing?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, as
because alcohol.
Or like eating blowfish, where you can kind of die, but it's like exciting.
a little bit of column A,
Kinda
a
die.
little bit of column
It's a
B.
little spicy.
By the way, Will,
Yes.
that's odd.
The room is almost too clean.
Oh.
Like
Ray just starts putting all types of food in her pockets.
it is oddly clean. And like as you're looking around, you'll notice a couple of interesting things. Number one, any staff members on the train, when they're directing people to their cars, they're not pointing to the cars. They're like doing like a sort of like hand thing. Any
Well, that's just polite.
sort of like trash that falls onto the ground mysteriously kind of dissolves after a few moments.
Wow.
Ray would like to test this theory.
Sure.
Oh boy.
As one does, of course.
What would Ray like to do to test it?
I'd like to throw all the food on the table on the floor and start flipping tables.
Okay, so as you flip the table,
No. We're eating those.
as you flip the table flips up and the desserts begin to go flying, and then they just stop and then get pulled back onto the table.
Sandra like as all the food goes flying.
She's just gonna see that as a challenge.
Is that you said it's a glass door?
Yes.
I'm just going to very daintily kind of do and crash my heel into it.
As
I
you
like her.
as you crash your heel into it, the glass door will shatter and create a beautiful floral pattern into it, which will then turn into a stained glass floral pattern.
Ooh.
That stays on the door or just floats
That
there?
stays on the door. It's like the door, as you shattered it, rebuilt itself into this beautiful stained glass thing. And then over the intercom, you hear a thing that says, League of Amazing Adventurers tab, 500 gold.
I want to break more.
No!
Ray opens
Ready
the
here.
door and starts heading out.
If
Ray?
you break it, you're paying for it, Ray.
I can't hear you.
As you attempt to open the doorway, it has been sealed since you guys have entered the room until the train
Oh, what
begins
the heck?
moving.
Ray, if I may, I do have an idea that it's very possible that the Megdians may have a car in our section that once we find them, you can break everything you want, including the people in the car, possibly. But, at a specific time, perhaps.
Oh, I forgot to ask what's his face if he wanted survivors.
I tend to think generally that they don't if they are witnesses to what you are trying to do.
Not Ray, just ready to murder anyone who gets in her way.
Smart. I get it. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
To be fair, the Magdians themselves have proven murderous and untrustworthy.
That is true.
That shouldn't be a problem.
So,
I'm going to do these little samples.
Yes.
Plots and murder.
Casey, roll me a D100.
Okay.
It begins.
Roll me a D100 as you eat the dainty.
Oh, it's the wild magic stuff. Oh no.
It's the fun
Yeah.
stuff.
You grow antlers. Which actually be pretty cool.
Ray's like that kid in elementary school that even scared the teachers.
Oh, absolutely.
And anyone else who is participating in the dainties can also roll me a D100.
89.
I said I was having some cheese. So.
89.
Name is pointed.
It is
Professor,
very...
Put it
Only
in.
thing, these are complimentary, right?
Yes, Casey, it's a very, very spicy dainty. You begin
don't.
to sweat profusely.
Nice.
I hand him a
As I
handkerchief.
cough a bit of blue fire, just.
Yep. Cassandra, 92.
Lynx's eyes go wide as he watches that happen.
As Cassandra lets out that little "ooh" after eating the dessert, it echoes.
Oh,
That won't be annoying.
And like Cassandra now has their own personal echo. With the 55,
quick, give a prophecy.
Ooh.
with a 55, Matt, your tail begins to have like a slight leak from the back of it, and it's maple syrup.
Oh, no.
Ew.
I'm immediately going to go sit in the corner so no one can see that.
Would anyone else like to partake?
No, I
Absolutely
just
not.
like to keep it in my pocket.
All right.
I'm just saying, stay out of trouble, Ray. So Ray hears it multiple times, echoing in your head.
If you roll
Just to get the
300,
point through.
if you roll a 100, you roll 3 times, and all 3 happen.
I will save some of the fanciest looking chocolates for later.
Oh hey, thank you for the subscription.
Thank you for the sub.
Woo!
We love to see it.
Someone responded to the tail leaking with, "That's odd."
Yes.
Ew.
And
So
so
I'm going to just produce a bit
Nathan
of
on
ice in
top
my
of
hand
it.
and just start sucking on it like a piece of ice. Just,
over the intercom, you hear a, "Would you like flavoring with that, sir?"
Ew.
no, I made this.
I made this.
And as you say that, the train will begin to move. About another 5-10 minutes will pass, and over like the large intercom system throughout this train, you will hear, "Oh, thanks for the bits, Cosmic Deity. Hello,
Oh, nice.
and welcome to the Golden Dawn runner. For our first trip of the year. Today we will be, well, not today, but over the course of this train ride, we will be going up to the northern area of Lutania, past Lionburg, down to Namsla, all the way down through Megdia, and Kalmia, and returning back to Brighthall in approximately 3-month excursion. Whilst you are on the train, all the amenities are yours to have, and a variety of events can take place every day. The train must follow the laws of the country that it is in. However, things like gambling, etc. are perfectly fine here, as this is a vacation. Depending on the class of your ticket, you will have access to different amenities. Guests in first class, which all of you are, have access to the train's full amenities, including a constant open bar and access to every buffet at all times. Let's see, boom. Any guests who would like specific requests may do so for a fee. Also, shows are shown throughout the train. Shows are shown throughout the train at different times, and you can find these shows in your times guide. We highly recommend the Magical Map Show, as it is a wonderful collection of music from around the world. After going through that, it'll continue talking a little bit about safety in the event of a derailing. Do not worry, you will all be teleported harmlessly off the train. If you see anything strange, report it to the A train conductor that you can find just by calling out for the A train. And last but certainly not least, please enjoy your stay. Bing, 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 bing. And then it'll shut down.
So everything's charged to the company, correct?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Interesting.
I think we're gonna live the high life on this one.
If this was a video game, there would be an achievement called Break the Bank, where you bankrupt the LAA.
I want to eat solid gold.
That would not be very nutritious. Might I recommend these rat pellets?
No. No, you may not.
They are vegan.
Terrible.
But yeah.
So does anyone think that a music show might be a good place to start?
I mean, it's very possible. We could also split our efforts. Some people could go to a musical show. Others could just simply wander the train and try and gather information.
If I look at... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to call the train assistants. Like, excuse me, train assistant.
Yes, you rang. Cassandra.
I was curious. Would we be able to ask you more or less anything?
You can ask me anything that I can tell you within my power.
Okay, so how
I have
come...
questions about the other guests on the train. Could we ask you about that?
It would depend on privacy laws. If you would like to meet other guests on the train, we have a variety of speed dating options while you are here.
God.
That's what I was thinking. If we were to ask, if there were any guests, and if so, how many from, say, Megdia, would you be able to tell us that?
A variety. The guests from this train come from all over the world. Megdia makes up a fair portion of the guests. In fact, the Megdian military is putting on a show on one of the later carts. A musical performance.
Really?
Yes.
Quick question. Other than what's the square root of 5?
The square root of 5 is...
There's not gonna be like a certain general of the here on this train, is there?
There are no high-ranking military officials on this train.
Rad.
To give you, to give our guests context, Shai is referring to General Sterling Block, who is, imagine a cross between Colonel Mustang and Fewer Bradley.
Lord.
Unholy.
Yeah,
Unholy.
That's what they are. They're a sorcerer who does their magic through smoking cigars.
He was the one wielding that instrument that killed us.
Yep.
Right.
Within like 3 turns.
Do they dress similarly to me?
Yes.
Who is also
Yeah.
Okay.
modeled after Mustang.
It's part of why we were all kind of like,
Tiny mini skirts.
But yes, he will continue.
Are there any
Of course.
Trelladarians on the plane?
Yes, there are many
I would
Trelladarians
like to
on
go to
this
music
current passenger
shop.
train.
Any of them high government officials or rainbow robes?
There are no rainbow robes on this train.
Very nice. Very good.
However, they are having a... Oh. What? Oh. However, they are having a fabulous performance of research magic technology later on in the train's schedule.
Good to know, just in case.
Would you like any other event suggestions?
Do you know what songs or what anything about the performance that they're giving?
The Trelladarians or the Megdians?
Magdi.
The Megdians are putting on a orchestral performance with rare instruments recovered from a recent archaeological excursion.
How do I get front row tickets to that? Do we just show up?
It is rush seating.
It's kind of rush seating. Cool.
Yes.
Now that's a trigger word.
Is it possible the Magnians don't know what they have?
They have arranged
they-
for the concert, though, for people who cannot get tickets to be played throughout the train via the speakers.
So I'm going to
no.
hazard a guess.
That's too coordinated. Yeah, that's too coordinated.
Sir,
When is that concert?
I'm sorry, what now?
When is that concert?
The concert is on the day that we will be crossing into the Megdian border.
Oh.
I see. Now, I'm sure you know, I'm a very, very famous artist. I'm a performance artist, and I love to meet and chat with people who just really feel the arts the same way that I do, deep in the soul. Can you tell me, is there a place where I could speak to the orchestral leader, or, get a little bit of a showing of the instruments that they're going to use, the songs, anything like that? I would love to give just, some donation, something like that.
I would
don't know if it
recommend
would
the
be-
Treble Clef Night Bar car.
All right.
It is-
How far away is that from this bar?
It is approximately 63 cars away.
63?
That's more than half.
I can get there in like 2 steps. I'm fast.
Keep in mind, each of these
Raise
cars is
little
about
legs.
40 feet long.
Okay, maybe a little bit more.
During your stay here, please do not forget, and he'll tap a sort of like compartment on the wall, and a wand will pop up. Your wand of Magnificent Mansion. Simply tap the wand to any door, and your stateroom will appear there temporarily.
I'm just gonna kind of.
That's why there are no beds in here.
Yep. It will be
doors.
determined by the caster what it looks like.
Just kind of like twirl it around in my hand a few times. Neat.
But yeah,
We should.
there's the treble clef thing. He says, many musicians like to make their way to the treble clef night car bar, as it is a hotbed for jam sessions, among other musical interests.
Jam.
Sounds like my kind of place.
We also have a burlesque car. That is 20 cars away from here.
And I sort of lean my chin
Silence.
against the wand.
So a pit stop.
Would you like to hear about the other musical amenities on this train?
Why the heck not?
Lynx will step forward and ask, aside from this concert, what's the other largest projected gathering scheduled on the train?
The next largest projected gathering is projected to be one of 3 things. Number 1, the musical day. It is a day when the train itself is enchanted to become a musical.
What?
When is that?
That is approximately 2 days past the Megdian border.
I think the fuck not.
Excuse me, Mr. Magical Butler Man.
Yes.
I do have a question. I have some precious goods that I'm concerned about leaving in our cabin when we're not here, and thus not able to use the mansion. Is there a particular cart where valuable goods are being stored that I might place said objects?
We have a vault car for your convenience. I can deliver any objects there myself.
Well, I don't mind taking a bit of a walk. Good for the Constitution.
It is the final car. Car 100.
Of course it is. Thank you.
Of course it is. Okay.
The other two large gatherings that are going to that can happen are number 1, eating contest. A sandwich will be sent that goes the length of 10 cars, and whoever can eat the most of that sandwich will be declared a winner and receive a golden tithing. Number 2,
I would love that sandwich.
we have a arcade car with a number of games in it, including strength contests like smacking a hammer into a lever to send it flying up towards a bell. Among other sort of fun games like guess which jewel is the most valuable and 3-penny gambling. And the final large event is the Starry Night Planetarium Cars production of a musical collection laser show. This is done every night at 11 p.m.
Terrible.
We also have a car for magic users where you can have a wand assigned to you.
What kind of wand?
A magical wand.
Ooh.
Does the wand choose the user?
Do I detect sass in you? Disembodied voice?
A magical one.
Yes.
Chip,
Very good.
Yes.
bag of holding, would it be impossible to put people in the bag of holding and then have it put into the vault? We could skip 100 cars that way.
Generally, I don't think you can breathe in a bag of holding.
You
We wouldn't
cannot.
have to be in there for long.
Get us
Like
So,
where your head.
straw and like
Here's
smoke
the
it.
thing. You
Just
can
take your
open
head
the
out of
bag
the
of
bag,
holding
you'll
and
be
all
fine.
go into the bag of holding, but how does it get opened again?
Yup.
Just leave it open.
I mean, I will happily deliver your bag of holding to the final car if you all want to get inside.
Well, because the thing is, it can be transported to the vault immediately. If we just left it open, theoretically, we should.
Oh, I, of course, would close any bags you gave me for your privacy.
What if we asked you not to, though?
I am required to close all bags for privacy.
All right, fair enough.
Just for the record, I am understanding why there was a TPK.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so Ray's
Got
just
it.
decided we're going to this room. So I'll start walking to the room that has all the things in it, even though
So-
it's 100 cars away.
Disembodied voice, are you there?
Yes. I am always
I
here.
don't think he left.
I am always watching.
Oh no.
Good to know. So this one, you say when I tap a door, it makes the shape of anything that I want, right?
It would create a extra dimensional space to be used as your group stateroom.
Is that
I would
also
like to.
monitored?
I'm sorry, what?
Is our extra dimensional space room also monitored
Your
the
extra
same way the rest
dimensional
of the
space
train
room
is?
is on its own plane of existence and cannot be monitored.
Okay.
I, as a player, know what that spell is. Chip. does
Yeah,
not.
same.
Yep.
It just sounds like rope trick, but better.
I would like to tap the glass door that was transformed into a stained glass flower,
Mhm.
and would like to picture very hard the shape of a butt.
So you open it up, and would you like to open the door to see what you've created?
Not
I
the
would like
butthole door.
Twirl the wand a
Just-
bit in the air and just sort of poke it.
Okay, so
No,
as you
shit.
do that, the door will shatter and disappear. 500 gold tab added to League of Amazing Adventurers.
I give him just a slap on the arm, like, it was pretty.
And behind it now is a door in a very, very sort of beautiful hotel room looking thing, except all the decor is butts.
Wonderful.
Butt beds,
Now that's worth it.
butt
Worth
lamps,
everything.
everything.
I am uncomfortable.
Are there like beanbaggy chairs shaped like butts?
Yep. Or peaches, you never really know.
When he says he's an ass man.
We're going somewhere though, right? We can't stay in the butt room right now.
Yeah, I'm getting restless. Anyone ready to climb through the sphincter?
Is this now? This was the door leading out of our car,
Yes,
right?
the door can be dispelled by tapping the wand again.
Yes, but he has the wand, so unless he dispels it, we're trapped in our room or the butt room.
Yes.
We have two choices now. I'm gonna go look for more cheese on the cart and try and find one that's not magical.
Don't want to sink between two silken cheeks. Just rest.
I mean, I might like to, but I have tenure.
But I have tenure.
Then whenever
So-
everyone's ready to leave, I'll just simply poke that butthole and we'll be on our way.
So we're all in the butthole room, right?
No, I'm not.
No, there's Cassandra. She's like,
Lynx is going to motion for the professor to come into the butthole room.
Thanks. I respect you, but I respectfully decline.
He'll turn to Cypher and just ask him to please close the butthole room.
Well, all right. Close the crack behind me. Yeah,
There's a slight
I-
as you
Just
close the
yeah,
room. There's
yeah,
like a
just
slight rush of air, like a.
I didn't think we were due for a full moon until next week.
I like to imagine there's like this little, this little like whining puff of air as well, like little.
So I have a bit of a tradition anytime I play a tabletop game. I have
Okay.
a little thing that makes it sound. So if I may.
Go ahead.
Oh please.
Ha!
No!
There
I
you
can see
go.
that being a magical sound.
This is not the sound I want a butthole to make.
It's a magical one. It's fine.
My God!
10 years old again.
And so, the door's been closed, and you guys can make your way into the train. What would y'all like to do? Would you like to start heading? Do you guys want to like go towards a specific car? What's the plan here, team?
I think we should discuss our next move in private.
So inside the butthole.
Not necessarily the butthole,
Or maybe
but
like a room with a different theme.
If you'd like,
A
there are
room
several
with a
beautiful
moose.
meeting rooms that we have, including a bismuth business center. It is a entire room of bismuth, garnet, and other things that is used as a business center.
Like rubies and sapphires.
Yes.
Paradox.
There are many paradots and lapis lazulis because they are the best.
just because you're right doesn't mean you have to say it.
Yeah.
This holographic projection is surprisingly opinionated.
Lynx will take the wand and
And
tap.
if I may, I would like to give a little mage hand tap on one shoulder and reach with the other.
Deception check?
Yeah.
For Lynx.
Yeah. Against Lynx's will, DC, do it.
No, he'll
Alright.
totally fall for it because he's not used to people with mage hand.
Fair.
Sweet. Don't steal my shtick. Oh God. Well, remember when I said that die was doing all right?
Yeah.
With
What are you
a
talking about? Your shtick. You said your shtick.
that's a total of 15.
Yeah, that'll be fine. You can get the wand back with that.
All right. Listen here, I like you, but I'm holding on to this.
I actually thought that we had our own personal ones. That's my fault.
It's one stateroom for the group. Do you know how expensive it would be to make a wand of magnificent mansion for every guest? That is a 7th level spell.
I mean, I'm sure the league could afford it if they really wanted
The league
to.
does not pay for it.
Hee 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 hee.
Excuse us, can we
this
have a
is-
second wand, please?
This is the train.
If it's
He
getting
said break the bank.
I asked the train car for a second wand.
Unfortunately,
I
we do not have spares, but they are some possibly in the wand car should it choose you.
Question, Mr. Voice. These wands that choose the user and may contain, I don't know, the heartstrings of a phoenix or something. Are they then the person's forever in perpetuity, or is this just kind of a, oh look, we're having a fun room with
They
the wands?
can be your property for a fee of 300 gold pieces, and while wielding a wand, it can activate special things throughout the train.
Sold.
This is.
Literally the Harry Potter part.
Oh my god.
I will say, I have done the wand choosing ceremony 3 times, and 3 times I got the wand. So I will try that when we get there.
Good for you. I had to break so many children's hearts working at Harry Potter World.
The thing is, I don't think a child looked more excited than I was.
That's fair.
You wouldn't appreciate as much as I would.
Honestly, it's true.
That's me when I go to McDonald's to get the Pokemon Happy Meal.
No,
Child
good
don't
luck.
appreciate it.
Too many old people have gone and bought them all already.
I am old people.
Why don't we go for a early trip walk? Who knows what we may discover? We can visit a few of the hot spots before they become, inundated by lots of vacationers.
Yes.
And for anyone interested, I do plan on walking the entire length of the train, all the way up to the 100th car for no reason at all, just to check things out.
I do like exercise.
It's
So,
always good,
the next car directly after this one is another guest car, where it's just a number of guest rooms and things. As you're passing through those chambers, you'll see a number of other sort of families and things and groups. You'll see, as you're walking down it, a bunch of kids that are running around the hallways. They all see Ray. They run into the rooms and close the door.
As they should.
Is there a children's grapevine
Yes, there is.
spreading her legend across the land?
She's become an urban legend, like the rail slasher.
For her. The rail slasher?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did the disembodied voice say that? Oh, then we don't know about that.
And no,
then.
so standing along there, so a number of other families, there appears to be a young sort of adolescent teenager in a Sherlock Holmes hat, standing in one of the things, with their magnifying glass up to their eyes. And yeah, you just continue passing through these interesting sort of vignettes of people, till eventually you get to the
I'm
third
gonna keep an
car.
eye out for anyone who looks like a musician.
Sure, make me a perception check.
Also, voice, could you just put this on my tab? This thing's really nice.
Yes, it will be 7,000 gold pieces.
7,000!
You said 300.
For the regular wands, that is a card key wand.
23 perception.
23? Yeah, as you're passing by, you'll actually notice what appears to be an entire cart full of musicians. It is a half-orc, a eladrin, a half-elf, and a human with a metal arm. And they appear to be sort of tuning up instruments.
Is his name Edward?
No, but the party will recognize them as the band that played at the beginning of the Barhalla tournament, the Torkeltones.
Oh,
Good for them.
As the Torkeltones appear to be going on tour.
Nice, good for them.
Yeah.
Are they perhaps playing a song in tribute of the winners of the tournament? Those dashing graveyard shift people?
They are in
Doubt it.
fact singing a song about the graveyard shift.
They're
It's
really
for
cool
me.
people.
Listen.
Yeah. It's going to go on about how this unnamed group of adventurers came and swept the competition away, dashing the daring do of the evil villainous Megdians who attempted to break the spirit of the competition and tournament.
Ray laughs and goes, "That's us."
It's a rousing ballad.
I'm gonna lean over to them and just be like, if you really want to build up a reputation, you need to have a name that you let people know exists.
Oh, we're the Torkeltones, miss. I'm Torque. Hi there. I like funnel cakes. He'll kind of hand out his hand.
I love him. He has so many rights.
I shake his hand.
It's very nice to meet you. I didn't get your name now, did I?
You can just call me Red.
All right, Red. It's very nice to meet you.
Are you going to be dating?
My name
No, not myself. he'll kind of like look over to like the Eldrin. I'm a little bit taken at the moment, ma'am.
Makes sense. Well, let me know if there's ever an opening in your group, and I will happily fill in.
Oh, well.
And I'm going to walk away.
Oh. All right. Bye, miss. And yeah, as you guys make it to the third car, inside of this car is a number of basically what appear to be small, like, studios. There's, like, a number of magical crystals on the wall that are playing, like, short videos people have made in this room. And then as you guys enter, it says, "Hello, and welcome to the Room of Repetition. The Room of Repetition, where you can create a short video message or skit to play for other members on this train."
I leave.
Like, put my hood up and go.
Link sighs twice as he walks through.
I check that my revolver is loaded.
I will wait to be the last one to leave.
Well, actually, as you guys are all making your way through, I need everyone to make me a perception check.
Oh no.
We can begin.
Oh, Chip is very distracted.
Oh my god!
Okay, 21.
15.
All right. Dupe. And then Amy, you got a
15.
15. Did anyone get above a 25?
No.
No.
No? Well then, it appears as though you have it appears as though a haunt will trigger on you then, and none of you will notice. So as these screens begin basically replaying themselves over and over again, these holographic images almost step out of them and begin making their way through you, creating a cacophony of movement and like dances and people yelling and people like doing that. And I need everyone to make me a fortitude save now.
Oh, you had to pick fortitude.
There's the 25.
Hey, 29.
Nice. So we have Lynx, we have Nim, we have Chip. Amy, what
There
you
we
get?
go.
26.
26, perfect.
Ooh.
And then Casey?
27.
27, perfect. And then Shy, we just need yours. Fortitude save.
Gotcha.
It was good, because before I had rolled a 2 and a 3.
That's a 20.
20. All right. So Shy and everyone else just passes. So Shy, you barely passed on that one, I'm afraid.
Rad.
But everyone else is going to only take half damage as this cacophony of a haunt begins to go off. So let's go to roll 20.
Ouch.
So each of you is going to take 7 points of psychic damage as the
Ow.
repetition room's vast visual and vast musical sort of presentations specifically begin to play with your mind a bit.
I literally say that's odd.
Well, the odd thing about this room is the fact that it appears as though these harmless holograms that were meant to be bits of entertainment for people have become a sort of haunt.
You don't say.
Oh.
It's like chatbot.
Oh no.
That was meant to be entertaining has been warped by exposure to too many people.
God.
So, I would like... I'm just going to go down the list here of y'all. So let's start with whoever's first in roll 20. Let's start with McKenna. So McKenna, these holographic images appear to be sort of producing a very, harmful effect on you. What would you like to do?
The door and leave?
If you attempt to leave out the door to out either of the doors, it has been magically sealed.
Oh.
I feel like we'll be owed a free meal after this. This is not good hospitality.
Certainly not, no.
You said that these came from like screens in the walls?
Yep.
Can I try to like short circuit the walls by electric arcing them?
Yeah, make me a crafting or arcana check.
Can I assist her?
You'll be able to do something on your turn. For now, this is
No
like
problem,
a
no problem.
semi-skill-based encounter. It's dealing with a hole.
A-okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, 29. Goodness.
29.
Delightful.
Yeah, you will manage to disable some of the effects, not all of them. It appears as though a number of and as you're like looking at the room, you can notice that a number of like different versions are like put together. So like there's one area that's very clearly very like fun little dances that people are doing. There's another area that appear to be like a collection of skits and things. It's very much grouped up into very similar interests.
Is this the TikTok car?
I was gonna say, if you TikTok starts to autoplay,
Yes.
it
Okay.
just goes.
And yeah.
Not me aging rapidly.
You managed to
Oh my
disable
gosh.
one of them. However, you didn't roll high enough to disable everything. So we will move on to... let's see. Cooper, what you got for me?
Would you mind giving me a brief rundown of the room itself?
Of course. The room itself is like a very finely kept room. There's magical crystals embedded into all of the walls, each of them projecting different images.
Mhm.
There's recording equipment found throughout the room that people have been using. And like as you're looking now, there's a number of civilians in this room who are like freaking out because like this shouldn't be happening.
Right.
There's a number of civilians
The
that are freaking out.
projection... The projection crystals, do they seem to be the source of these, the haunts?
They do.
Sorry, let me double check. Why did I think I had something useful for this?
I swear I had something for
I
this.
swear.
Yeah, for fucking real. How difficult might it be to pick these things out of the wall?
It would be a possible thing, but it'd be a crafting check that you would need to make.
Oh, the alchemist making a crafting check?
Didn't say it would be.
Oh,
I could
Don't tempt
certainly
fate.
try.
Don't tempt fate.
Cooper,
Yeah, watch me roll a nat one. 24.
a 24
On that one.
will succeed. Cooper, you managed to
Delightful.
disable a number of these sort of magical crystals. So the holograms are gone. However, the sound is still being projected. There's like a lot of like electronic stuff happening, like a lot of beeps and boops, and surprisingly, a fair amount of sea shanties.
Okay, now it's the TikTok room.
That's not all bad then.
And yeah, so with that, we'll move on to our next person. Matthew. What would Chip like to do? Here it is.
What were my options again?
However you'd like to attempt to disarm it. There are things like crafting checks to disarm the magical implements that are creating it. You could do maybe try to drown it out with performance. That type of thing.
I think I would leave that red. Let me see. Yeah, you know what? I think my best chance is actually like crafting. Like society wouldn't help me with this at all. I couldn't like try and use knowledge of. Oh, I've heard about this, and the obvious answer is.
Oh, thanks
No?
for the follow, Michael,
Okay.
or F160.
Yeah, I'll just do a crafting then.
Alright, make me a crafting check.
Exactly what. Link's
Once
got.
again, you're able to disarm more of the stuff. You managed to disarm some of the speakers. However, there's still sort of like a general vibration coming from the floor, as well as a number of basically lighting things that are going off and on. And then we'll move on to Cassandra.
Woo, science team.
Okay, so hear me out.
Okay?
So you said these things are like in different like categories.
Yes.
Like
Are you-
like different kind of sections.
Yeah, go ahead.
So like kind of like a media library.
Yeah, go
So I'm
ahead.
gonna use my library lore to see if I can identify what the problem.
Go ahead.
Like a media library.
As I realized, I was like, oh, you're going to ask to use library lore.
Uh-oh.
Cassandra, you are able to tell which parts of the room are devoted to each different following. So you're able to move from like the scary part of the room where you were in was like blacksmithing and like other things that are being shown off, and you're able to go to like an area of the room that appears to be filled with frogs and sketches.
Nice.
Shy, what you got for us?
Can I just punch the speakers?
Yeah, you can make me an athletics check to just try to rip him out.
34.
Ray, you go to town, and the league's tab goes up by another 2,000 gold.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Did I do it? Did I help?
You did help, but there are still some more. There's still a fair amount of music. Like, there appear to be a number of enchanted instruments that are playing very loudly, among other things. Amy, what would you like to do?
Okay. So, basically, I'm trying to understand what exactly the help of this is. Because it says it protects you or your allies, and to roll a performance check for a type you know, the auditory or the visual, and we use the better result performance check and saving throw. So it's called counter performance.
Yep, so if the haunt gets another turn, you'll be able to use that to basically replace an ally's saving throw with your performance check.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. How many of the things are left that are making noise?
There's a lot of them. Like, drowning them out with your own performance could definitely come in handy.
Okay. But it doesn't help right now.
Oh, it would help. It would begin to disarm the haunt.
Okay, then let's do that. I will counter performance this.
Perfect. Make me a performance check.
Performance is my best thing. So let's try. Oop.
Remember, you have 2 hero points.
Yes.
I do. But I got a. I love math at night.
Same.
A 26.
A 26 is a success. So as you
Yay.
begin to do your performance, why don't you
I do
quickly
this.
describe that for our audience? Oh, there you go.
It's a up, and then you just see her just start to shake her hips and go,
Oh, you have the bell.
And
I do.
like the jingling of her belly dance performance begins to actually harmonize with the instruments, and it creates a less cacophonous sound and more of an organized one. Casey, you think that this haunt's almost dealt with? How would you like to try to finish it off?
All right, I'm gonna look to see whatever's out of sync or out of tunes, and I'm gonna take a note from our other magic users' book, and I'm also gonna use electric art. Just
Perfect. Make me an Arcana check.
The best cantrip.
Truly.
The best cantrip in the game.
I am a fan of telekinetic.
oh my goodness,
Fine things.
17.
Unfortunately, a 17 will not be a success. So, like, as you go to do the electrical arc, like, one of, like, the frog, basically, holograms gets flung up, and you shock one of those instead of, like, one of the instruments that's producing them. And then we go to the top of the round. So now, would you like to use your counter performance, Amy, as a reaction here to replace the saving throw of your allies with your performance check?
Yes.
Okay, make me a performance
Yes, I
check.
would.
And then you guys you'll be able to pick if you want to keep their performance roll or make your own save after they're done.
So that is, I rolled a 15 plus. That's a 30.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll
I
be
will
keeping
take
that.
15 plus 15.
please.
That's
30, please.
that is a
Can we
critical
take the 30,
success, so
please?
none of you take any damage.
Sweet.
And then we're back to the top with McKenna. This haunt is almost dealt with. How would you like to finish it off if you can?
Oh, I can't use the same skill twice, can I?
Nope.
No, I cannot. Shoot. Okay. Gosh.
Arcana, crafting, any other skill you can justify, performance.
I can't use Arcana a second time, or I would.
Yeah.
Dance with me, McKenna.
But I can use occultism, right?
Oh yeah.
Then I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time, but in a more occult way.
All right.
If there's any a time for occultism, it would be during a haunt.
I just like you're like I'm gonna do this, but
21!
goth.
21.
Electricity,
Is,
but make it cult fashion.
21 is a success. The cultism. You're able to finally disarm the haunt, and things will cease to tick-tock out of control, if you will.
God.
That was weird, wasn't it? That whatever that was weird.
Don't think that was supposed to happen.
Can we please make this a butts room now?
Wait, that was
'Cause
amazing.
this place was ass.
That place was ass. That is true.
No, I kind of liked it.
It was a little fun. All right, let's go to the next
Many
room.
people spend an abhorrent amount of time in this car while they are here.
So they came in for like 15 minutes and it ended up being 8 hours.
Yes, that
How-
happens more
how do
often than
the-
you think.
How do the people in this car seem? Do they seem like distraught?
Well,
Well,
make me a perception check.
18.
You know, the general mood of the room is that a number of the civilians here appear to be very distraught.
Could I make a society check to see if I can usher them into the next car and say that the problem's fixed?
Yeah,
Speaking
27.
yeah, you're able to so. Yes, Matt.
Speaking of society, I also just thought I wanted to do perhaps a society check to just recall if I had ever heard anything about like the history of this train or its reputation.
Yeah, sure, you can make me a society check.
No, I can't. Never mind.
You know one factoid about this train. It was one of the fastest trains of its kind when it was produced. However, it got a little bit of a bad reputation before it. The last company that owned it had a bit of a bad reputation because of a series of murders that took place on the train.
Amazing.
Of course it did. Of course.
Whoops.
Murder.
And in fact, it directly relates to a sort of train-related urban legend of a rail slasher who will kill people on trains.
The hash-slinging slasher.
You were waiting for that, weren't you? Will?
Yes.
But that's what you get from
So
this.
if you see anyone, slashing people, let the rest of the group know.
Maybe.
Keep my eyes peeled.
Oh God, Ray peeling eyes.
Oh,
God.
I was thinking.
thanks.
Amy, Casey, anything y'all would like to do?
So is that a yes or a no on the ass?
I think we're still going down the train for the moment.
All right.
Make my way down.
If we need a pit stop.
Butt room.
Well, and it is probably getting pretty late.
I'm just gonna tap the room and think of butts on my way out.
All right, behind you a butt door appears.
Butt.
Cool.
And yeah, the next room is a general guest car again. And the room after that is also another general guest car. However, now it basically says that this is like the sort of end of like the first class cars, and now it's going all into like sort of entertainment related cars. The very first car that you're going to have is the first of the buffet cars.
I did want to say, Will, that I have been keeping an eye out. Like I know, like these all probably look the same from the outside, and people probably have like drawn curtains or something or using the wands. But I have been keeping an eye out for any cart that looks like it might contain Megdians, perhaps. They seem to have a look, so they may be easy to spot.
You have not
being
run
horrible.
into any Megdians yet. However, as you open the door to this cart, it is beautiful in here. The inside of this train car has been sort of replaced in its entirety with sweets and decadence. It is a candy train car.
Oh, Cassandra's interested. Very distracted.
Oh.
It is all candy. The walls are made of like chocolate, licorice, and other things, and you like see people like just pulling candy off the walls and eating it, and the candy reconstitutes itself.
Is there a river that goes up into like a tube?
Yeah, and it's chocolate.
Ooh, nice.
Is there a small rotund boy in the tube?
It is not. Not yet.
But
Actually.
if there are any of those like buttercup teacup things, I'm going straight for those because never in my life have I wanted to try anything more than those little buttercup teacup daisy
And
things.
they're actually like the size of teacups.
Incredible.
He's all over it.
Yep.
I'm going.
Cassandra, you're chomping down on the food.
Yes,
Make me will save.
absolutely. Worth it. Go. Did it click? I'm gonna click it again just in case. Oh, it.
That's a 28.
It's
Oh my
really
lord.
good, Cassandra. It's really good food. Like, you could just sit here all day and eat it. Oh, but you have things to do. Is anyone else?
I turned to Ray and I'm like, I said, Ray, drag me out of here if you have to.
I will like pull a strip off the wall with one hand, pull a strip off the wall with the other hand. Another floating hand pulls another strip off the wall and just kind of.
Yeah, make me will save.
The walls are fruit by the foot.
I'm just next to him going, eat it, eat it.
25.
25. Once again, you're
Yeah.
fine. This food's really good candy, but you managed to not want to spend the day eating it here.
Your steel stomach translates.
I'm just putting stuff in my pockets.
Never seen so many sweets in my life.
As you say that, the holographic A-Train will appear, except this version of him is entirely made out of candy.
Oh, cannibalism.
He'll
Good
say,
for him.
"Welcome to the candy car. We have every type of candy imaginable."
Call me Army Hammer because I'm about to try and take a bite out of this holographic candy man.
Wow.
Topical.
Don't hurt your teeth.
He's made of spearmint. It is very good.
Delicious.
Is it?
Also, he's a
is he-
solid candy hologram.
Yeah.
This is so much fun. Cassandra's loving it.
Casey?
I'm slightly concerned that he was formed from the stuff on the floor, which means he's made of candy that people have walked on.
Yes.
Ew. Ew.
Just say floor candy, ew.
Cassandra
But it's
turns
the five
around with a
syllable.
mouthful of, did you say something?
No, it's fine.
It is fine.
Crunch.
All sort of decontaminants are magically disinfected.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
That means somebody can take a shit and it just
Please do not do that.
Don't.
Just,
Right in the chocolate fountain.
just a
I was gonna
question.
say, like, are people swimming in the chocolate fountain?
there are people swimming in the chocolate fountain.
Like a
Probably
public pool?
peeing in it.
Yes.
Oh no, it's warm too. It's warm.
Cassandra, how does it feel to know that you're technically eating shit candy?
Like,
I
as you guys are,
pretend
like,
I
walking-
do not see
As you
it.
guys are like walking through this cart, you notice like what appears to be like this one couple of people. Like there's these two people who are just feeding each other like strawberries that they're dipping into the chocolate river. It's like, oh dear, here you go. Oh, thank you, dear. It's
Cassandra will walk over and take one of their chocolate-covered strawberries to try it.
it's good.
What a queen.
You
I
know
love
that's
that for
supposed to be,
her.
like, an aphrodisiac, right?
Cassandra doesn't know what an aphrodisiac is.
Cassandra has no idea.
So it's like when one man loves another, like whatever they want to love, and then they touch privates.
Would you guys like to make your way out of
Blink,
the candy
blink.
cart? Or would you like to
I'm-
continue in the
Yeah, I'm
candy
somewhat
cart?
proud of the clinical way. that
Link's
you
never
described that.
stopped.
I'm kind of proud of you there, Ray. That was very clinical the way you described that.
That was very clinical.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Matt.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We have been raided.
We have been. And yeah,
You have been
so,
raided.
The candy cart continues as you go. The candies become more luxurious. The basically like at the beginning of it, it was basically like your basic like licorices and chocolates, but now as you come further into the car, it becomes like macaroons and truffles, and it just gets more decadent as you move through the car. Eventually,
Picture it. Truffles as truffles.
yes.
Or poop as truffles.
Eventually, you make it to the doorway. It's open. Pop it open, and before you is the next car. It has been basically... It's a blank sort of white space that has a number of like, grids throughout the walls. And yeah, as you enter in, waiting for you is actually human. He's standing there in the uniform of the train. And he says, "Hello and welcome to the exercise room.
Boo!
Here we can create any sort of simulation that you would like. Perhaps he claps his hands and this beautiful park forms around you. A lovely park. Or perhaps a famous historical site, and like this like massive like sort of ruined castle will appear around you. You are free to walk around however you wish. It is basically a magical holodeck." He kind of smiles and says, "Do you have any personal wants for
I want
sort of
monkeys.
entertainment this evening?"
I want monkeys and chickens running around in this room.
And monkeys and chickens began running around in the room.
No, I want monkey chickens.
And monkey chickens began running around in the room. Imagine a centaur with like a chicken body and a monkey head.
Acceptable.
The thing I would most love to see in all this world is for this room to be transformed into the layout of the 100th cot.
And boom, this sort of like dark steely corridor will appear with a number of large cages on the northern wall.
My monkey chickens.
Oh no, they're still here, I imagine.
In the
Look,
very
there's
back
one there.
of the cart are these like two like large pedestaled boxes that have been placed with abjuration seals on them that are clearly like sealed, that are marked with Megdian military property.
Well, that's interesting.
If I walk up to it, can I touch it?
Yep.
Is it locked?
It is not locked.
If I open it, can I see what's inside?
Inside of it is another small black box, this one more tightly wrapped with seals.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, is that box removable from the larger box?
I will try.
As you try to do it from the hologram will kind of glitch out a bit. It says, the man in the room will say, "I apologize, it can only do things that what it knows. The Megdians have not revealed what's inside of this box."
How long have the Magnians been on the train?
They have been on the train since Dalros,
The map now?
which is to the south of Breitel. It was the town right before this one.
Okay.
Look at all these chickens.
How close are we to when the train passes Loinbur?
Well, that's not even... You guys are still on the first day of the train.
Okay, I'm just checking how fast the train
Yeah,
is.
so like you guys aren't there. Like that's like a day 3 thing.
Yeah.
Well, and technically, it's probably like late night time, if my math is correct,
Ooh.
concerning when we got to Brighthall and the day we've spent
Yes,
in
it is
Brighthall.
getting
It's
to
probably like
nighttime.
late
It's not
night.
like a late night time, but it's like 9 o'clock.
Okay, all right.
Can I ask the computer hologram human version? Can you show me the room of the person who owns this box, or show me them?
They will pop open another section of the car, and inside of it will be what appears to be a human gentleman. He is kind of sitting in a car going through notes and such. The notes are not detailed. It's sort of like trying to read in a dream like the letters are kind of misshapen and mismatched. You can't really read them. But he does appear to be working on something. As he does, a number of like what appear to be soldiers will come in. He'll kind of like wave them in. They'll sit down. They'll start polishing out weapons and stuff.
Does the door that pops open to that room have a number or anything on it?
Yes, it has the number Stateroom 465.
Can you tell me what cart that's on?
That is. That cart's the one right before the. That cart's the one right before the storage area.
You have been most helpful.
Oh, please. I'd love to continue to be so. I hope I'm providing you with entertainment. Here, he'll kind of clap his hands, and suddenly you'll be in a rainforest, where standing around there'll be a number of gripply, like a number of frog people hanging from the trees and saying, "All right, folks, how are you doing today?"
One question. Are we allowed to opt out of replication in the hologram?
If you'd like.
I would.
Oh, that's excellent. I just need to go through this process with you. He'll kind of like begin figuring out some paperwork, and he'll have you sign it.
I will do so for myself and also the man in which I take full control over.
If I may, I would like to use my newly acquired legal lore to make sure they're not signing away anything else.
Yeah,
I will wait for him to do that.
Make me a legal lore check.
And I fail utterly. 1.
Yeah, Chip, this is a very complex contract. It's very clearly written to be confusing. Like some sort of mega corporation didn't want you to know what you were signing.
Okay.
Yeah. And to be fair...
more of an opt-out button.
Yes. And yeah, he will continue. But if this rainforest doesn't strike your fancy, perhaps a like large sort of like school ground will be created. A simulated school ground.
Are there children running around the simulated school ground?
No, it appears to be like so there was a number of like historical fictions that were written in this world. It's a number of like fictional characters that were written in this world, like all in this high school like thing together, including a rat detective that looks very much like Chip. It's like, yes, this is one of our more popular holograms. It's a sort of dating simulation.
Oh no! No, this is not an authorized reproduction. This is a knockoff.
Says, if that doesn't strike your fancy, perhaps in this like massive arena will be built around you all. Something a little bit more physically invigorating. And as he says that, he will begin to walk towards the back door of the area. He'll say, perhaps a nice little solid state challenge for you all. And as he opens the door and closes it behind him, he says, "Hail Megdian." And that is where we are going to end tonight.
I never trusted a holographic man.
Oh, this was a real man.
This was a real man.
Oh yes, this was human man.
Finally, exercise.
Yep. And as the door closes, it is replaced with a large gate. And stepping out of this gate is a 3-headed creature.
Hopper?
And you only see the
Is
silhouette
it a
for
dog?
now. So you'll have to tune in next
Is it a
week
3-headed dog?
to see what it is. But thank you everyone so much for coming down to tonight's episode. This has been episode 22 of the League of Amazing Adventurers. Join us next week as we continue our train arc here. And we continue their way down the 100-cart train. They're making good progress, and they've gotten to the first... I think it'll be a very severe challenge for them.
Yay, I'll actually have time to level up before it.
But, with that being said, do not forget to follow if you haven't already followed. And also, keep an eye out. On the 19th, we're launching our D&D 5e show. where our first of our one-on-one prologue sessions will be shown with McKenna over here. It'll be very interesting. That game's very much a character-centric, JRPG-based traveling game, so if that interests you, be sure to check it out. Of course, we've been joined by our lovely guests, Casey and Amy. If you guys want to plug yourselves again, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm Case Crusader on all of the things, and we have our podcast together, which is Talk Nerdy to Me Baby. Those usually come out on Tuesdays.
Tuesday mornings at 7 a.m. PST. And I am Amy, and I'm Amory by the Sea, every single place on the internet.
Perfect. Don't forget to check out Shy's Twitch at Shy Not Shy. Abby can be found on as Abby is the World's the Stage. And yeah, so thank you all so much for coming down. Don't forget to check us out next week. Otherwise, don't forget to keep an eye out for our random fun streams. I've been playing Valheim because Viking Minecraft is fun.
Dreams about teeth falling out are just dreams of anxiety.
And on that note, I will say thank you all so much for coming, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye, you guys.